Hey gamers, if you like multi-use cards, dice chucking, and roaming the galaxy, then you might want to check out One Deck Galaxy. Let's check this one out a little closer. In this game, 1 to 2 players will take on the role of a character who has their own set of dice that they can gather each round, as well as their own society, which has milestones and abilities on the cards as well. Each round, they will roll these dice and then use them for various things throughout the game. They can place them on the star base in order to earn more fleet or potentially more science. Science can be spent to upgrade the star base so that they have a little bit more wiggle room in values that they can spend up there later in the game. They can spend the dice on various locations, which if completed, they will be able to earn as rewards for their characters, or if they have a high enough level, they can spend the dice on the adversary to hopefully ultimately defeat it. The cards are multi-use, so on the back they have these values here, which will be tucked as influence on the adversary or various locations in order to determine if certain things happen with them throughout the game. And on the back, of course, they are the locations, but as players complete locations and earn them, they can tuck them as colonies to get hopefully more dice or some of these little star tokens, which will help them use certain abilities, or they can tuck them on the bottom here as tech, which are new abilities that are available to the player. Throughout the game, the players will also have these milestones that they can work on in order to level up, and as they level up, they can potentially unlock new abilities depending on their level, and it will also unlock the ability to attack the adversary at different times because they do need to be certain levels to attack them later on in the game. The game goes until the adversary is defeated, meaning the player wins, or until the player has hit a loss condition depending on things that are in the adversary deck, as well as just the adversary's individual rules. I struggled to get into this game the first time because I thought the rules were a little bit clunky for me. I think that also has to do with how they're laid out, with kind of concepts first, followed by the phases of the game. I know some people prefer that format to others. I'm not big on that myself. Once I got into the game's not too difficult. You're just taking your dice, rolling them, seeing where you can best use them. If you're playing a 2-player game, seeing how you can kind of work together to use those dice and do that very efficiently so that you're getting what you need to upgrade yourselves or to upgrade your star base, but also not letting, the adversary get too much influence, locations get too much influence, things like that. I did think that the 2-player game was a little frustrating at times because you only get so many rewards, so deciding who gets to tuck the techs or the colonies just seemed like you wanted to do more, and you really couldn't because there's 2 of you to split those rewards between. I also thought that the game kind of went on a little bit too long. I enjoy a good dice chucker. I like just rolling dice and saying, okay, where can I use these dice to the best of my ability? I did like that even when I had not so good of a roll, there were always places to use my dice. There was always things that I could do. Even if it wasn't exactly what I wanted to do that round, I had options, which I enjoyed. But after a while, it kind of just feels repetitive, so I did think that the game lasted a little bit too long for that kind of style of game. But if you like chucking dice, deciding what to do with them, and you like having various variability with characters and what kind of abilities that you have with those, then you might like this one. You can check out my full thoughts on the blog today. See if this one's for you.